Hey everyone, it's Barb Teckle. How are you? So, I have a little announcement before I do the reading for this week, for the week of June 27th. And my t shirt is a little bit of a hint. I wore this on purpose today. And the turtle symbolizing taking a pause, slowing down, reevaluating, and just taking life at a slower pace. So, my little announcement is I'm going to take a break from doing my weekly oracle readings at least through the end of July, probably into mid August. That could change, but that's just kind of what I'm feeling right now. For sure, the whole month of July, I'm going to take a break. I know so many of you are probably doing family things, maybe camping outings, vacations. So I just thought this would be a great time to take a break. So, yeah, let's all be like Turtle. Let's be like Turtle starting now, at least to the end of July, and just slow down and just watch the world around you and be with nature, right? Okay, so I'm going to pull from the Oracle of Seven Energies for the main theme for this week, and you might be hearing thunder. We are getting some much needed rain here today. I feel like I'm recording this in the dark, like it's nighttime, because it got quite dark here. But I like the kind of glow that it's giving off as I do the reading today. All right, let's look at what the main theme is going to be. And I know I'm saying this is for the week of July 27th, but maybe this will be the main theme for the whole month of July, since I for sure won't be here the whole month of July doing a reading. All right. So when I fan the cards out like that, what I'm doing is I just am getting a sense for which card is really jumping out at me. And what happens for me is my eye will continually go back, even though I'll keep fanning the deck, looking at it, my eye keeps jumping to a card that's saying, pick me, pick me. And this is the one. So the theme for the week is willing release. I don't know if this happens to you, but I do see this happening in the weekly readings that I do, and I don't know if it happens for you if you do readings for yourself. Do you ever notice you pull a lot of the same cards, and some of the cards in the deck you never seem to pull? So this is one of the cards that I pull often, whether for myself, and I believe I've pulled this in a weekly reading as well. I love that these are wishes on here, the dandelions that, and other flowers too, that have gone to this, I don't even know what kind of state you call that, but where they send off these little wishes into the world. And it looks to me, oh, that's a butterfly. That's a butterfly on top. So butterfly is all about transformation. And when we think of willing release and the theme for the rest of June and the month of July, as we all pause and slow down and reflect, just enjoy more time in nature, this is really a great time to let go of what no longer serves you. What are those things? And they are. You know what they are. They're always like this little voice inside your head, this little nudge, and it continually pops up in your consciousness saying, here I am, you didn't listen to me yet. So, and be willing to let go, to allow new wishes that you may have to come in. Because sometimes when we don't release something, that new thing can't come into our life because our life is just too full. So that is the message for the week and for the month of July. I think this is so perfect for July because I just think so many, sometimes some of the flowers are, I'm going to sneeze, some of the flowers are going to seed. And I love when I see all the little wishes floating in the air, though I think they do make me sneeze. Maybe subconsciously I'm thinking they are floating through the air and why I felt like I had to sneeze. All right, so you're going to pick an animal card number 1, 2, or 3. That's going to be your personal message. around the theme of willing release. Now my nose is itching. Yep, I think my subconscious is playing with me. That's too funny how that happens, isn't it? Okay, what are we willing to release so that we can transform into this new state of being? You know, as I say that too, sometimes when we think about that, that can feel really heavy and big, but it doesn't have to be heavy and big. It can be something small. It can be, it doesn't have to be this big, big thing. I think so often we've been conditioned to think it has to be something major. It doesn't. I mean, it can be, but it doesn't have to be either. So, card 1, 2, or 3, I'm going to start with card 1 this week. We'll go in order this week. So, stay tuned for all the animals because even though you pick a certain card, there's usually something else from the other cards that has a little bit of wisdom for you as well. I hope you've been experiencing that with weekly readings that I share. And again, these are just general readings that I do. If you want to go deeper into a reading, you want to go deeper into a challenge that you're feeling and facing, I'll still be doing, I still will do client work the month of July. So feel free to reach out to me if you want to schedule something. So again, this is just a general reading on the theme of willing release. So if you pick card number 1, this is your animal who's going to be your guide around willing release with a special message. Beautiful. Peacock, let yourself stand out and be noticed. I love this with willing release. So here's why. Look how beautiful those colors are together. You know me in colors. I love color. Okay. So let yourself stand out and be noticed. Willing release. Maybe you have to release the fear around being noticed. Boy, that one resonates with me at different times in my life. You know, every time I level up in my consciousness and my spirituality, sometimes I'm afraid, but yet, you know, sharing what I believe in as I continue to grow and evolve. This is saying, you know, spread those beautiful feathers and share what you know because it may help somebody else. So let go of that fear. Be willing to release that fear. And I think it's okay to have a little nervousness because that's what helps push you forward. But, you know, not to be afraid of that. And it could also mean let yourself stand out and be noticed with willing release. Again, it could also be a message to that you have to let go of something in order. Maybe it's not fear, it could be something else, but you have to let go of the fear, of something else so that you can stand in who you are now. Because sometimes we can get stuck in that place of feeling comfortable too, right? I do it too. We're all a work in progress. Something I always say, we're all a work in progress. All right, if you pick card number 2, your animal guide around willing release is, mouse. I've been thinking a lot about mouse lately. I wish I had my books out here. I have them on my phone. I just have to share them with you. I have a picture on my phone because I sent them to my friend. I love mouse. Let me just say what the message on here is. You're overlooking some important details, so pay closer attention to what's going on. I like that. So I, for some reason, have been feeling called to just nurture my inner child. And I came across this set of books. Just thought I would share them. Hopefully you can see them. It's a little mouse, and her name is Geraldine Wilkins. Isn't she adorable? And these are, young adult, or, well, they're probably maybe a little bit younger age than that. And these are going through the different seasons of her life. So I'm reading the springtime book right now. But something just called out to me that I had to have this set of books. And I'm really enjoying reading that. So when we look at, you're overlooking some important details. So pay closer attention to what's going on. and we look at willing release. So sometimes, and I think this relates to that, the inner child or that inner work that we need to do. And look at how the colors on here, we've got the blues and the greens in the peacock, and now we have the blues and the greens around the mouse. Blue and green speaks to me as water and emotions. And you know, I talked about turtle. Well, turtle is in the water and on the land. But you know, sometimes with a willing release, we have to slow down, and we have to be with those feelings and those emotions, so those small little details can come to the surface, because there's so many different layers to, especially when we're trying to let go of something and we're trying to transform into a, you know, and evolve into the next stage of our being, that we have to keep going down another level. I don't know how else to describe that. But sometimes we stay at the surface because it is more comfortable there. So we have to get to the little details, those little reasons we know deep in our heart for why we might not be wanting to make that transformation, even though we know we need to. So really paying closer attention to those little nudges that are within you that we like to often ignore and push aside because we think we're not ready to look at it yet. So that is mouse, card number 2. So if you pick card number 3, your animal guide around willing release is, I'm just going to take this one. This one's calling out to me. And if you pick mouse, maybe you need to read the books about Geraldine Wolfkins. All right. Oh, I love it too. Okay, so this is octopus. And it says, practice shape shifting by altering your physical appearance and mannerisms around willing release. That's really interesting. Again, I'm really seeing the colors of water in this. And of course, octopus lives in the water, so that makes perfect sense. Again, being with our emotions, shape shifting by altering your physical appearance and mannerisms. So it's not just, you know, how are you presenting yourself to the world? Maybe you need to let go of, oh, this is what's coming to me. Shape shifting. Yeah. Oh, let me think here. This could be really deep. And you think about the octopus, how it dives deep down into the ocean. So I don't know if I want to get real deep with this because this is just a general reading. Okay, let me think a moment. I just want to gather my thoughts together and slow down like Turtle is encouraging me to do. So how are you presenting yourself to the world? Willing release. Because so often we wear different masks, different disguises, and it's all because we're just trying to protect a part of ourselves that we don't want to be hurt, or a part of ourselves that you know, has fear. So the fact that this is saying to alter your physical appearances, and to be authentically who you are, be willing to release that, because in many ways, when we don't present our true self to the world and to those around us, that can feel very uncomfortable too, because we're not really being who we truly are. So that's a big one. That's a big one. So if you picked octopus, you know, be willing to let go how you think maybe others perceive you, and just truly be who you are and present that you to the world, and be willing to release, you know, what may come with that. Sometimes that means you may, you know, lose some people in your life that they just they don't want to see the new you. They don't, because sometimes that means they have to step up to the plate, or they feel like they have to step up to the plate if you are moving on. So that can feel threatening to them as well. So be willing to be who you are, put yourself out there, And I know I started at the beginning of this reading saying, it doesn't have to be something big. And maybe it's just taking a small step. It's just taking a small step. If you did get octopus, just start testing the waters a little bit of trying to be who you authentically are, because as you slowly test the waters and you start to feel more comfortable in your own skin, you'll start to like that a lot more and want to embrace that even more and shape shift into who you truly are instead of being who you think the world thinks you should be. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, got that one out, didn't I? All right. I'm wishing everyone a wonderful rest of June and July, part of August, maybe not. I don't know. You can tell I'm not quite so sure about that. So I got to be with that, think about that. And yeah, so take good care until then. And again, if you need help in between, need some extra support, feel free to reach out to me through my website, joyfulpaws.com. All right. Have a great month, everyone. Bye bye.